In this video, you're going to see me do a lot of things you've never seen me do before. This dog's going to get put on his side. This dog is going to be pulled into me on a leash to help him get over his fear. We're going to go big in this video because that is the only way to help something this severe. This is a go big or go home teaching video. This dog has giant problems. Barking at people, barking at dogs, overstimulated, freaking out at everything, scared of people, scared of dogs, prey drive, wanting to chase dogs, wanting to heal people. Big problems, and you're just going to hear this dog. I had to turn the audio down because you're going to hear this dog bark for an hour. If I did an hour video, I cut it down, obviously. He barks the whole time. And it's not these people's fault, okay? People get blamed for every problem their dogs have. This dog has, you're going to hear the original audio. In a few minutes, this dog has genetic problems from the parents. This dog was bred in a barn near a house, but not in a house, okay? Then they got the dog. Vets tell you what, don't let the dog walk around for 4 months, sometimes 6 months till they get rabies. They tell you all this bad information, so then people don't get the dog out. Oh, now I got the dog out 6 months old, 4 months old, and the dog's freaking out, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know where to go. So then they make the dog's world smaller in the apartment, in the house. Then they bring the dog to me. This dog's a year, and the dog has this problem. Okay, some dogs don't. Some dogs can have all those things, and it comes out a happy-go-lucky dog. And some dogs don't because their brain is different. And this dog's brain is different, and we go big with this. I wanted to bring this dog up to the most stimulated it can be to make up for lost time, because we have to make up for lost time without letting the dog's over threshold. Oh God, the dog's over threshold. That's such a horrible thing. No, it's not. The force-free folks that talk about over threshold, let's see the video of them doing anything with this dog. Okay, them doing anything bold with this dog. It doesn't exist. I'm doing the handshake method. You've seen that before. It doesn't help the dog. I'm trying all different stuff. Okay, shake my hand. Let's see if it helps. Nope, dog actually gets worse on the handshake, trying to bite me. Okay, this dog's brain is not right. It just isn't right. So we got to go big. Without going over a certain line, we got to go big. You're going to see it. You're going to hear me explain it in this video. Okay? Can't be scared. Prince can't be scared. I can't move. You're going to see me take the dog, pull it into me to deal with the fear. Then the dog goes, oh my gosh, I was near that guy and I didn't die. First time ever near a person, didn't die. That's the leash pull in for fear method. There are trainers that do it. It is very effective. You've never seen me do it. I don't do it that much. I'm not in love with the method, but I like the method for severe cases. A case where a fearful dog will never, given time, never come and touch a person. They have to learn they can touch a person, and nothing bad will happen to them, but you have to pull them in. You're going to see this dog get put on its side. I'm going to talk to you about why that works. And now you're going to hear the original audio to me to summarize the problem to the owner.
He's got a lot of fear. He also, I believe, has some genetic. It's partly genetic. It's just so bad. Yeah. You meet the mom and dad?
Yes.
Yes.
Mom was very much like him.
All right.
Yeah.
So there we go, right? So that's what you guys are dealing with.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we're going to do today is our number one goal is to expose this guy to stuff.
Mm.
We can make a big difference in an hour. What I want to do today with this dog is I want to shake his world up.
Mm.
It's too much like apartment, mom, dad, Pete. Like, we're still in a window where if we do a lot of desensitization and socialization, we can still have an effect on his brain. So he's a little over a year. So we have about a few months, okay, to do this. And then once he's a year and a half, I'm not saying we can't change him, but you can't like really change him easily.
Once your dog is a year and a half, it's essentially an adult dog. Becomes much harder to change things. All right, how does he look with Prince? Is he fearful? Yes. True fear is running away in the corner. Now, this may be a best defense is a good offense. Yeah, that I obviously we know that fear can manifest itself in running at a dog. But true fear, and this is where people get it wrong and people feel bad for the dog and people think everything is fear. True fear is over in the corner, away from Prince. Okay? This is a mix. This isn't true fear. This dog's too young to learn the best defense is a good offense. This dog, in part, wants to run up to Prince, and bite Prince. In part, this dog wants to run away. In part, this dog wants to dominate Prince. In part, this dog's brain is just saying, I don't know what to do right now. Part of him wants to meet Prince, and you're going to see him smell Prince. Given all of those things right there, tries to smell or gives an air smell, his hair's up. Given all of these things, what's the one method that is the best? There is not one method because there is not one thing going on. So I'm going to do it the natural way. When all else fails, do it the natural way. And the natural way is say, okay, you want to run up on a dog? How about we let that nice dog go and you deal with it, right? We are behind the 8 ball at this point with this dog. Almost a little nip and then a smell. We're behind the 8 ball already. We got to go big. We can't mess around. The force-free trainer, the e-collar trainer, it's not the way to go with this. We got to go big and we got to go natural. Okay, you want to kind of pick a fight? We're going to let the bigger dog go and you might get cornered. And you might be over threshold and you might be super stimulated. Yeah, we're making up for lost time of lack of stimulation in your life. We're bringing this dog up to this point so that we make up for the lack of seeing things, smelling things, desensitizing to things because we got time to make up for. And I don't want these people to come every week, pay me money every week, go broke like they would with some trainers for tiny things. We need big improvements. We need 30% better at the end of a 1-hour session. Then the next session, we needed this dog to be 30% after that. Then 30% after that. Then we're at 90. Okay, look at this guy. Yeah, I don't know. You're going to get overwhelmed. You want to go nip a dog, you're going to get overwhelmed. I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's good for him. It's good for him. I know maybe some people look at this and don't understand why it's good for this dog, but that's because you don't understand serious problems in dogs and what I'm trying to do as a trainer and what these people need. The dog training industry is a joke. They need big answers. We're going to original audio.
Why do you think I let that happen?
Shock his system, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah,
Shock his system. That's exactly right, bro. This guy needs big answers. We need big answers.
Yeah.
You want to go soft and you want to go small? It's never gonna happen. We haven't heard a bark since then. I'm not saying we're not gonna hear another one this whole time. I wanted this guy's brain in a controlled way. That was a very natural thing that just happened. Wow. He chased the dog chased him, the dog backed his little butt up, then he gave a little nip to the dog got kind of mad at him. The other dog got a little more mad after the nip, and this guy's brain, without going over, it was overstimulated, but it wasn't like an unnatural stimulated. It was very natural stimulated. And we just went, blah, and this is not apartment life. This is the opposite of apartment life, and we need the opposite of apartment life. I love what just happened for this dog. Oh, he's questioning life. You should, bro. You just bark at everything. Friggin' every dog, go nuts, bite people. Yeah, you should question life a little bit.
So now you're going to see the dog get put on his side for continually trying to... This dog isn't protecting his owners, okay? This dog is being really uncool to another nice dog. So he's going to get put on his side right here. It is not meant as a punishment. It is meant to calm his little brain down. That's what it's meant for. Then you're going to hear me say in the original audio exactly how you can do this at home and why to do this. Sometimes these dogs, when they get spun out, they have to have their brain calm down. We could take the dog away, put it on a leash. We could do all that. This is as good or better of a way and an easier way. Okay? So now you're going to hear me explain how to do this because there's a very specific way on how to put your dog on their side.
The way to do it is to have like this. You were both doing it because it was hard to get him down.
Yeah.
But you can like do a leg flip and do it on a carpet and just kind of flip him on his side. Then put your 4 fingers here as he's lying down. And then put the other fingers here. And then you're like a millimeter, or you're on him. You're not pushing. Then when he pushes to get up and he's fast, you got to be like, bink. And you got to push him back. Then you start to lessen. Then you're going to feel him go fat. You got to be on him. Then you're going to lessen. And then eventually he's going to give in. You cannot let him get to his feet. You cannot let him get those legs under him. then you're going to let him up. But you could technically like go to the vet and just be like, here's our process, and we're going to put you on your side. And yes, doctor, what were you saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the only ways he's not going to bark. I've seen dogs bark like him, bark from their sides that way, but it's less.
Okay.
He's tripped out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to practice it at home, so it's not this
Yes.
punishment thing.
Right.
It's a calming thing.
Calming
It's a wait for you not to bark thing, because I have to hear the doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I have to hear the trainer.
Yeah.
More barking, constant barking, still at the camera person. I cut out probably 30 minutes of constant barking in this. I am big into let the dog come and be overwhelmed and bark and bark and bark. This is not a correct them, e-collar them, treat them. Let this dog desensitize to the world. It just barely desensitized. And that's when I knew we had to go big. Let Princess do his thing, put the dog on his side, do all this stuff, because we had to. We had no options. No, zero options for this dog's brain that is not totally right now. Okay, so we brought another dog in just so this dog can get around another dog, so that when this dog sees a dog on the walk, it remembers I met two dogs. One of them backed me up. One of them was a nice golden retriever. I smelled the dog. The dog's tail hit me in the face. I ran up on the dog, and then the dog gets on a walk and is a little less than it was before this, because he had only met, I think, one other dog in his life, and every other dog he freaked out on. So you got to meet dogs. It's not rocket science. This is desensitization, which every organism does. Now, this is where I'm going to show you the leash method in a minute. So just put the gentle leader on. Why gentle leader? I don't really care that it was a gentle leader or a head harness type of situation. We just had to get off of the collar. Think of how much bad rehearsal of the wrong behavior had been done over the last 10 months on the normal collar. Dogs learn, if the gentle leader doesn't work, switch it off the gentle leader. If the dog's bad on a gentle leader for a year, you got to get off the gentle leader. Pathways in the brain are formed, and they know how to fight against the tool you're using. If you've used a prong collar and things are going horribly, stop using the prong collar. No, so now you're going to see the pull-in method. Okay, you want to sit there and bark at me, the guy who's been around you for 50 minutes at this point and done nothing mean to you? Now it's a bit of a correction to have to be near me. But then it changes right now. It changes to the dog saying, me realizing that the dog has never chosen to be near a random person. So we have to build those pathways in the brain that there's a first in this dog's life. Okay? It's touching my knee. I pet the dog. It touches me. It lays down. And the dog at the end of it goes, oh, I was okay. I didn't die. Because if they never do it, they won't realize they won't die. They have to sometimes, and you haven't seen this on my channel a lot because I don't do it a lot. Sometimes the dog just needs to learn it's not going to be hurt, needs to be put in the position, learn it won't be hurt, and then the pathways are formed in that way. So he's a little bit better. It's got firsts. There was tons of firsts today. First time being put outside. First time on a gentle leader. First time being touched by a random person. First time seeing a dog off leash. First time kind of playing with a dog. First time a dog backing it up. Firsts for and now we're going to original audio and then the end of the video.
He will never choose to be near somebody like that, to be touched, to be touching them. He'll never choose to do it. Maybe you have a friend over for a week. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. And tell me if I'm wrong. Someone he didn't grow up with, like a stranger, it's all bark and run away and get close and run away. So I had to force him to do it. And then at the end of it, he was like, to a degree, he was like, oh, I didn't die. And then he learns, oh, I can be near people. Now, it's not going to happen quickly, but that's what happens. So my point is, like, we're not overwhelming him. We're living life, and he's overwhelmed. Those are two different things. We pushed the envelope in two areas, and we went up to the line of going over it, but never went over. So we basically stimulated him as much as we possibly could because we're making up on stimulation and desensitization. We went to that line, and we never went over. When I pulled him in there, it was not over. When Prince got mad at him, it was not over. It was all goodness. We went 5 steps forward, no steps back. I will do 5 steps forward one step back at these sessions. Prince gets too mad at the dog.
Yeah.
What, you know, there's situations where it's a step back. There was none today.